What in the world is happening with Vashon Real Estate today? You want to find out? Stick around. Okay, here we go. We can see on this graph, this is the median price chart for the last 5 years on Vashon. And you can see a really nice steady increase in home values over the last 5 years until last year. So last July, 575, this July, 575. So a little bump up, 1% up over the course of last year. But basically, that's flat, which is the first flat graph we've had in 5 years. Everything else, I mean, if you go this September to this September, no, it's up 558. Yeah, it's up a little bit. This is a little flat. So you could see it really slowing down over the last 2 years, but last year, flat, flat, flat. So let's look at what's happening right now. But I just think that's interesting that we're seeing a stall in the market. Is it going to dip? Is it going to go back down? Don't know. There's no structural causes of it going down. You know, there's nothing fundamental. If the economy collapses, that would be something that would cause the market to go down. But otherwise, you're just seeing prices stalling over the last couple of years and really flattening out last year. So let's look at overall. So this is months of inventory right now on Vashon, which over the last 15 months. That means how many months would it take to sell all the available homes at the current rate of sales? And right now we're at 1.7, so not quite 2 months. 3 months is a balanced market, and we haven't been balanced since earlier this year. We were a little bit into a buyer's market, a little bit balanced, but right now we're still in a seller's market. Last September, huge. I'll show you why, or what that looks like. But right now we're about on pace of where we were last year. Market's a little bit hotter than it was last year. A couple of weeks faster, so things are turning over, things are moving. Let's look at the different price points. Overall, this is, and if you remember that spike in September of last year, this is what that looked like. There were 50 homes available with only 9 sold. So that caused that 8.1. Other than that, you could see it's always about 2 months. And that doesn't vary by price point. It's almost the same. It's a little bit faster in lower price points, meaning there's equal buyers. It's proportional between the buyers and the sellers. But you can see last year was ever increasing amounts of inventory, and buyers were choppy, up and down, right, last year. This year, inventory never made it up as high as it did. Remember when we were wondering if inventory was outpacing it for the beginning part of the year, but then in June and July, we didn't keep going up. So June was a little bit higher than last June, but July was lower, and sales were higher this July than last July. So we've got a decrease in inventory and a steady increase in buyers, and we're still seeing that in August. Let's look at the different price points here. Over and under median. Start with over median. You can see there's a lot more inventory compared to the buyers, but still less inventory than last year. So last year we were steady around 33, 34 homes. Never made it past 31 this year. Now we're down to 25. Little tighter market. Slow, steady increase, but a pretty decent delta between the two. 25 available, 13 sold in July. So things are sitting on the market. If you're selling a over 575 home, it's going to sit longer than it would be if it was an under 575 home. As you can see here, market's much hotter for the under median prices, under 575. Buyers go up steadily. Inventory is going up, but it's much closer. You know, there were 16 available with 11 sold in July, and new listings coming on. So while it's not as good for buyers as it was last year was incredible for buyers and really hard for sellers. This year is still strong for sellers in the under median price point and better for buyers in the over median price point, which is something we see regularly. And I think it's interesting that they're both fairly proportional. They're moving off there's as much inventory coming on as there are buyers for under and over. So they're pretty even. There's more, but the proportion between the two is pretty close. So I think if you're selling and you're pricing over 575, you got to be super careful. And if you're buying and you're buying over 575, you should have much more to choose from. All right. And it's just steadier this year than it has been last year. Year to year, flat. Overall, flat. No big growth in price, but steadier increases this year. A little easier market to time. It's not as frantic. And we'll see what happens in August and September when things get slow for buyers, but we'll check it out. We'll see. Is it going to get slow this year? We're going to find out. All right. You got questions about your situation. You got questions about your house, your buying situation. Let me know. Everyone's different. I'm here to help. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get the latest updates if anything changes. I post there every week. Something new, something interesting, something for you. So subscribe, let your friends know. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you later. Bye.